Fragrance friends, what's happening? I hope you're all doing well. Today I'm going to be giving you a review on Crazy for Oud by Mancera. An interesting fragrance in my opinion. And what's also very interesting is when you look at it on Fragrantica, 95% of people say they really like this, and that's an underrated one from the house and all that kind of stuff. But I'm on the fence with it, and I just wanted to give you my review on this and what I feel this is, who it's for, and what it smells like. So this is one of the newer bottles with the magnetic style caps. They used to be the screw-on ones. And let's give this a spray. This is probably going to make me smell like this all day now, but never mind. So I'll knock that off me. I'm going out shortly. Now, what this is a somewhat typical oud and rose fragrance. Now, on top, what you've got with the notes are oud, leather, bergamot. In the mid, you've got rose, tiramisu, violet, patchouli, magnolia. And in the base, you've got vanilla, woody notes, white musk, amber, and oak moss. Now, on top, when you first spray it, you definitely get the oud, the leather, and the bergamot. Now, the oud to me is quite pungent. It's strong. This thing is strong when you first spray it. And I think the oud is quite animalic. The leather is just a subtle kind of leather, but you do detect it. And it's the bergamot up top that kind of keeps it fresh. So even though it's oud and it's quite strong, the bergamot in it gives it somewhat of a light kind of feel. And then as you get into the mid, you've got some white florals, which you definitely pick up on this, which again kind of keep it light. You've got an interesting tiramisu note, but it's not a kind of gourmand or super sweet tiramisu. It's more maybe the coffee elements from a tiramisu. And then in the base, you've got vanilla, and you get some sweetness and some amber and caramel as this thing dries down. And it's an interesting one because it smells really nice, but I'm just not sure if I like it. And this is the second bottle we've had in the house of this thing. And I bought it for the missus years ago, and I think it was maybe her first kind of niche fragrance. She didn't really care. And I picked this out amongst a bunch of other Manceras. I just smelt them and I was like, oh yeah, let's go for this. She wore it every day. She wore it all year round. And then when that bottle finished, she said, oh, I'm out of perfume. I like Crazy for Oud. I bought her this. And then by the time it came, she's like, I'm not sure if I like it anymore. So we're stuck with 2 bottles of this. She's not wearing it. I don't think I can wear it. But here we are. And I wanted to review it because, as I say, on Fragrantica, 95% of people say they love this thing. But I'm not sure if I can get my head around it. So as I say, smell-wise, it smells pretty pleasant. If you smell it up close, I'm not sure. It's pretty strong. If you're not hugely into fragrances, if you're not into niche fragrances, I don't think you're going to like this at all. You need to appreciate fragrance. You need to appreciate that, you know, I think this is somewhat of a complex fragrance. And it's blended really nice. It feels like it's blended really well. I just don't know if it's for me because it's pretty strong. And in terms of occasions to wear this, I mean, honestly, as I say, the missus used to wear this all year round. And it smelled nice and she got a few compliments. But for me, I think this is something where it definitely leans more feminine in my opinion. It needs to be worn by a woman who is put together, who's dressed up. This isn't a casual kind of scent in my opinion. And ideally in the colder months. But as I say, you've got the white florals and you've got the bergamot and you've got a few aspects to it which kind of keep it light so you can get away with it in the warmer months. In terms of performance, like a lot of the Mancera fragrances, this thing lasts and lasts 12 hours plus. The really interesting thing with this is once you spray it, yeah, it's very strong and it does project for probably the first hour, but then it kind of dies down, but people will still pick up on it. So the sillage is for the first hour pretty prominent, and then after that it kind of performs somewhat perfectly. Like it's not punching anyone in the face, but they'll pick up on it if you're nearby. But again, not over the top, and it's still got that light airy element to it when it's smelt in the air. So definitely this thing smells better in the air. If you spray it on skin and smell it, you might be a bit like, okay, but this stuff in the air smells really good. I just don't know if there'd be many occasions to wear this. If you're a guy that's going to wear this, you're going to need to be a confident guy that's well put together. Again, it isn't really a casual fragrance. If you like oud fragrances overall, if you appreciate a lot of oud fragrances, then I think you'll probably like this. But it's one that you would not be blind buying. You definitely want to try this before buying it. And it's kind of a typical, somewhat typical oud and rose combo. So if you think of some of the fragrances that have oud and rose as the prominent notes in there from houses like Mancera, Montal, and those kind of things, any Middle Eastern brands, then it's kind of got that vibe, but with a little bit more going on with florals in there and a little bit more sweetness coming through as it dries down. As it dries down, I definitely prefer the dry down on it. If you smell it on skin, when it dries down, it just becomes kind of soft and sweet. And overall, it's not a bad fragrance. But yeah, also on a side note, if anybody has tried Hindu Kush from Mancera, please leave a comment below and let me know your thoughts on it. It's one that seems super interesting. It's the one with the cannabis note in it. If you've tried that one or any other decent ones from Mancera that you recommend, then leave a comment below. If you like this, then give us a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and I'll catch you in the next video really soon. Take care. Cheers. Bye.